little bit of credit card debt, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that I moved to Nashville, Tennessee with not really that much money, and then I decided to fully furnish my bedroom.
So I'm getting sued by a credit card company. It's an old credit card. I have trial this morning.
I'm 29 years old and I have $17,546 of debt.
I have $52 left at the bank to last me till Friday. Today is Monday. I have $135 coming out between now and then in credit card debt.
It always starts the same way. A little credit card swipe here, a late night online order there. Nothing major, just I'll pay it off later. But later never comes. Month after month, the balance grows. You make the minimum payment thinking you're fine. But behind the scenes, interest is quietly stacking up, turning a few $100s into thousands. And before you know it, that single card has become 3. 3 has become 5. And your paycheck already gone before it even hits your account. You start ignoring the emails, skipping calls from unknown numbers, pretending it'll somehow fix itself. But it doesn't. It gets worse. Because credit card debt doesn't just drain your wallet, it drains your mind. It keeps you up at night, wondering how you'll pay rent when the collectors start circling. Some people end up getting sued. Others just give up. Maxed out, hopeless. Trapped in a system that rewards spending and punishes mistakes. No one plans to fall into debt, but no one plans to stop either. And that's how it happens. Not in one bad purchase, but in 1,000 tiny ones that no one ever thinks twice about. The truth is, most people don't take control. They keep swiping, keep ignoring, keep sinking until it's too late. Check out some of these videos to see how fast debt can spiral and how most never climb back out.
So I have a little bit of credit card debt, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that I moved to Nashville, Tennessee with not really that much money, and then I decided to fully furnish my bedroom. But I will say, something I've learned over the past couple of months is that a lot of my friends also do too. And it's very comforting in a way. Like, not that I'm proud of my friends for having credit card debt, but I'm just like, oh, thank God I'm not the only one. Because at the end of the day, we're all just in our 20s trying to figure out how the fuck to live in a freaking universe where rent is like $1,500. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. And then our parents are like, why are you in so much credit card debt? I'm sorry that rent isn't $400 like it was when you were 25. But yeah, if anyone is like down on themselves for having credit card debt, same. Like, God forbid I decided to fully furnish my bedroom and then buy a lot of clothes for myself and go out on the weekends, because at the end of the day, my hobby is going out and socializing. My hobby is hanging out with my friends. And one of my friends did point out the fact that, like, my credit card debt is not just like represented by the fact that I spent money on stupid shit. It's you did a lot with that money. You know, you fully furnished your bedroom, you moved to a new city with it, you met a whole bunch of people because of it. You know, I didn't meet these friends by going to the park and taking a walk. No, I met these friends by going out and going to get drinks and going to happy hour and stuff like that. So, yeah, this is your sign. Well, it's not a sign, actually, but if anyone, like, hates themselves because of their credit card debt, just know that we're right there with you.
I'm $89,000 in credit card debt, and I'm here to break down my cards to tell you how much I have on each card and what my payment is each month on each card. I'm going to start with the smallest card and work my way up to the highest card. I do have 11 credit cards, so we're going to be here for a minute. The longer that you watch, the higher my payment is. So do your girl a favor and watch to the end. My first card is our Carter's credit card. It has $199 on it. My monthly payment is $30. My second card, Old Navy. It has $362 on it and a monthly payment of $30. Third card is our City card. It has $1,742 on it and the monthly payment is $85. Fourth is Shields. It has $3,057 on it and our monthly payment is $95. Next up is our Discover card. That has $4,969 on it and our payment is $135 a month. Next up is Chase. That has $5,615 on it and our payment is $153 a month. Next up is my personal Military Star card. That has $7,860 on it. The payment is $170 a month. Next up is my husband's Military Star card. That has $8,095 on it and the payment is $175. These are the fun ones. Next up is our Visa Platinum. That has $11,503 on it and our monthly payment is $285. Our Visa Cash Rewards card, that has a total of $20,371 on it and our monthly payment is $520. Last but not least is our American Express that has $25,371 on it, and our payment is $620 a month. The total on these cards a little bit more than I said on a previous video because they have been hit with some interest since then. So our total is $89,203, and that brings our total monthly payments up to $2,298. Follow along and watch me pay these off over the next few years.
So I'm getting sued by a credit card company. It's an old credit card. I have trial this morning, and I was served my papers about 2 months ago, and I've done a lot of research as far as what I need to do, what I should say, and from what I was seeing in other videos, a lot of you guys actually are going through the same thing. So I try to do my own research. Got as ready as I think I could be. Got all my papers and stuff this morning. We'll see how this turns out. I'm about to go in. My trial is, I have the appointment for my trial at 11 a.m. So it's in less than an hour here. But if I end up coming out on top, I'll try to make another video if you guys are interested, just in regards to what I did, what I said, the route I took in order to fight this thing back. So wish me luck, and I'll see you guys after court.
I have a question. How much credit card debt are you in? Because for context, I'm 26, I've been working since 17, paying for my own shit, moved out at 18, have been independent ever since. And I have $10,000 worth of credit card debt. And I will be the first to admit that I'm not perfect. I've definitely paid off medical bills and like emergency vet visits and things on my credit card, but I've also bought a lot of dumb shit. But it's like people my age have $55,000 worth of credit card debt. Do you see how my eye's twitching? That shit stresses me out. Like $55,000 is my take-home salary from my last job. Like, I think I'm just morbidly curious on like what gets you to the point of $55,000 worth of credit card debt. Also, who gave you $55,000 worth of credit in general? Like, not to mention, my credit usage, way high. Like 90-something%. So my interest rates, 30%. Like, the interest would make me want to throw up.
I'm 29 years old and I have $17,546 of debt. $15,217 of those dollars are from credit cards and $2,319 from my car. And you guys are probably wondering why I'm sharing that, because it can be pretty embarrassing. Being in this much debt feels really isolating, but I love watching other people's payoff journeys, and I want to post this so that maybe somebody else will feel a little bit less alone. So I have a goal to pay off all of this debt in the next 10 months. So I'm going to be sharing what I'm doing, how I even got in this situation to begin with. So follow along and leave a comment if you also have this much debt.
Take this as your sign, especially if you are like young as fuck. Don't get that credit card. So I'm currently dealing with a lawsuit, partake on myself, but I recently got into the National Debt Relief Program, and I've been doing that, but I'm not sure what's going to happen. But this is your sign. Don't get that pinche credit card, bro. Don't get it. You don't need it. Just make your money and use your day-to-day money. You don't need that credit card. I do not need this fucking credit card. Yes, it did pay for a little bit of my school and then my like school kit thing that I had to buy, but other than that, it's just been collecting interest. I haven't been able to pay because I've been unemployed, and now that I am employed, I decided to get on this national debt relief thing. But yeah, don't get that credit card, bro. You don't fucking need it. Don't get that credit card.
This stuff. Oh my god, I hate them so much. Anyways, I will tell you kind of my experience. So this credit card was probably from 7 years ago. Okay. The payments were really high. They gave me a really high line of credit when I was really young. I was dumb. I completely accept the responsibility. Okay, so the payments got too much. They were like $400 a month. I couldn't afford it, along with my other credit card payments. So I did a debt resolution program, like a debt relief program, and Discover was like the only one that was unwilling to settle more than like taking off $1,000 off of the total amount due. So my monthly payment for all my credit cards was $267. With what Discover was offering, it would have been like over $300 or over $400 a month, and I was like, I can't do that. So I was like, take them off the program, and then I paid off all my other credit cards and was good. So they sued me. I got served, and I was stupid and answered the door. Don't do that. I wouldn't recommend it. I never answer the door for anyone, but I did. So I got the papers and I responded. That's the most important thing, respond, because they're hoping that you're just gonna be freaked out and not respond. You can look up the paperwork online. It's super easy. You can like print it out. It's super easy. You can explain why you can't pay them or whatever it is. I said it'd be extreme financial hardship because I'm the sole provider of my family, whatever. So I responded, and you can even do it like where you don't have to pay to file it if you like improve your expenses and like your income and all that. So I responded, and they set a mediation date. I did the mediation. It was so stupid. It was over Zoom, just with like the judge and the lawyer for the company, for Discover, or the collection company. I don't really know who owns it, but anyway, so I did the mediation, and it was really pretty much me being like, hey, I can afford this much. And they're like, well, we want this. I offered them, at the time I was talking to my dad, and he offered me $3,000 to pay them. I offered them that plus $50 a month. They're like, no, we can take $7,000 off the top and then $50 a month on top of that. And I was like, well, I can't afford that. They're like, well, can you borrow some money from someone else? And I'm like, no, if I did, then I would give you the money, or I wouldn't be in this situation if I had a rich family. So that mediation went nowhere. They essentially said, hey, let's meet again in 3 months. We can see if anything has changed, and we'll come up with something then. 3 months passed. I did another mediation. Again, pointless. I said, hey, again, I only have $50 a month. I don't even have that extra, but that is what I'm willing to figure out. You know, I can do DoorDash, whatever, to get at least $50 a month extra to pay you. And they were not happy with that. They said, no. We can take, they said, we're getting there. We're almost there. Wow, we're thinking like 260. And I was like, boy, what? That is like 5 times the amount I'm offering you. Or no, what? Yeah, 5 times the amount. So I'm like, no, I can't pay you that. So that mediation again was only 10 minutes. It didn't get anywhere. Nothing was resolved. And they're like, okay, well, I don't know. We'll see what the judge says. The judge did rule in their favor. It's pretty much saying I have to pay it, which I was never trying to get out of. I understand that I made mistakes when I was younger, and I do have to pay that, but like they weren't willing to work with me. Like, I don't know what they're trying to get. I don't have any kind of extra money for them to take. So that was like a couple months ago, and I haven't heard anything since. They can start garnishing your wages, but they have to fill out a paperwork. And then if you're like the sole financial provider of your family, you can like submit a form so it gets waived, so you don't have to pay them back. Or you can like ask for, not a retrial, what is it called? I don't know. You can ask to like have it to be dismissed by the judge due to your financial situation or whatever that may be. But yeah, I haven't heard anything. But the most important thing I would say is to answer the lawsuit. They want you to be scared. They want you to not answer. Second of all, don't be scared, because they can't just like go in and take all your money out. I got like kind of freaked out that they were just like go into my account and just like wipe me clean, because I had just got my tax refund at the point, and I was like, I need that to like pay for rent. So I got nervous about that, but they can't just like go in there and wipe it out because it's a private entity. It's not like a government thing. But they can't go in there. They'd have to like fill out all kinds of paperwork. You'd be notified before they start garnishing the wages, and again, even then you can dispute that. So I would just say respond. It's okay. Like, if they can't take money from nothing, if you don't have the money, like what are they gonna do? Like literally, what are they gonna do? They can't like seize any assets. I'm pretty sure I don't really have any assets, but they can't just be like, the only asset I have is my fucking child. So I was like, what do you want? Like child labor? I don't know. But yeah, I offered them $50 a month. They weren't happy with it. I don't know what they're doing now with it. It was really weird, but I hope you have a better experience. I hope maybe they dismiss it. It depends on the judge too. They could just be like, fuck, this is a waste of time. Pretty much, they probably spent more on the lawyers for this whole amount of time than what my debt even was. It's like they're just trying to prove a point, and I get that I fucked up, but also like work with me. But yeah, let me know if you have any other questions.
I have $52 left at the bank, last until Friday. Today is Monday. I have $135 coming out between now and then in credit card debt. A little bit stressed, but this is usually how it is for me most weeks. So if you do the math, we're going to be negative a little over $80, and I also have 33 miles left till empty. I can get away with putting about $15 in my car. Let's just say we're going to be negative about $100. Lucky for me though, I did do a pet sitting job over the weekend. It was a small one. I get paid for that today. She owes me $50. A lot of my clients do tip, so we'll see what comes of that. At least I won't be negative $100. Do you know that I need at least roughly $50 now to get me through the week? I would love to start Instacarting, but I've been trying to sign up for 2 years and it always says I'm on the wait list. I don't know how to go about that. I've emailed them. I did DoorDash a few years ago, and in my area, it's just not really worth it. So yeah. When I say I'm drowning in credit card debt, I truly mean I feel like I'm drowning in credit card debt. If I was not in $9,000 worth of credit card debt, I would not be in this situation right now. I would not go negative all the time in the bank. So that's why I brought my debt to TikTok. It was embarrassing at first, but then I realized this is real life. If you're in a similar situation like me, I say this in every video, but I highly encourage you to start a series, whether it's credit card debt, medical bills, whatever it is. Start a series. People will follow along because they want to be able to come back and check where you've gotten with your progress. Hopefully this month we are going to pay off my next lowest credit card, which is sitting a little under $600. We're just going to keep on keeping on.
The moment you've been waiting for, my credit card debt. I have 3 credit cards, one of which is my Apple credit card that I opened up when I got my MacBook. It's just another bill. That, no worries. Then I have my first credit card I ever had. It's literally not where my debt is. I opened up a new credit card from my friend's referral. I spent $5,000 in 3 months. Then we both got an extra 100,000 points. But this credit card translates to $1,000. So in my head, I said, oh my God, this is girl math. I want to upgrade my flight to first class. So it'll basically be free with these points. Okay, cool. So I girl math that, but then I'm like, oh shit, I have to spend $5,000. Fast forward, the 3 months ends in July. However, I spent the $5,000 within like the first month. Okay, so Girly Pop has the points, and this isn't even that bad, but it's bad for me because, like I said in my previous video, I treat my credit cards like debit cards, so if I don't have the money, I'm not buying it. But this was an exception. I'm 30 years old now. I went on a trip to Greece, whatever. The debt on this credit card is $3,540.23. I already paid off a couple of grand before my credit card statement was due, June 15th. So I already paid off, I think it was like $2,600. For that big chunk, I did take it out of my savings because my savings is big enough where I don't have to worry. And I just wanted to make sure that my statement was paid off by the due date. So I had no interest accruing that I would have to pay for in the next statement. Does that make sense? My current balance is $3,540.23. I have currently